Pick your path now or later. When's the last time you went through a tough transition and you were tempted to take extended time off to regroup and recover? Today's challenge is simple but powerful. Do you use the quiet, let's say after the storm season, to refine and prepare, or do you wait until later when that pressure hits to scramble? One of the high performing wealth managers that I get the privilege of coaching was just faced with this. He and his team had just navigated a tough transition and launched also a new process in how they served their clients. I caught up with the team after the spring wave of client meetings to assist in their processing of what had transpired. And really, the feedback was that the new process went well, but like all new things, it wasn't perfect. Some aspects were created stress, maybe around not enough time, feeling like you're drowning, then anxiety wells up, and then how do we manage that? Feelings of maybe I'm just not good enough. Suffice it to say, everyone agreed that refinements were needed. So here's the thing, the leader had two options: work now, test, tweak, refine over the summer, or wait until the fall when everything was at full speed and time would be limited. I believe this is a pick your path that all leaders face at some point in their business development. Work now or later. Because let's face it, after a high stress season of change, most are drained mentally, physically, emotionally, and there is good reason to want to just wait. In my conversation with this wealth manager, we talked about the value of beta testing, and that is the route he chose to take. He's actually using the summer, like a known slower time in the office, to make adjustments, test out on a smaller scale when the pressure is lower and the opportunity for high return is there. What about you? Where do you need a leadership mindset shift? I want to break these two things down. Okay, so the work now mindset. You get to gain control. You can develop a strong mental mindset of change because it is inevitable. And here's the thing, you can either be on the front side of change, driving the bus, or you can be on the back side of change, being drugged by it. The other aspect of working now is you get to reduce risk and chaos later, while developing confidence in yourself and your team before the spotlight hits. Like in the same way that you beta test a new software to fix bugs, you got to test your own processes and procedures within your business before a complete rollout. This also provides some emotional preparation as well. One caveat I will say, there is a need after a tough introduction of a process to allow your brain to rest, reflect, reset on the refinement work needed. Exactly what this leader did by having me come in to meet with the team for them to process and to think through it. An outside voice here is incredibly important. Let's contrast that with the wait until later mindset. Couple of things that we risk: delayed learning from what we just experienced. The further away from the initial rollout of a change in process or procedure, the less you're going to remember the details. That's just the reality. You also risk high stakes pressure without preparation. And if we're not careful, we will justify our lack of action with statements like, "Oh, we just need a break." Then you, next thing you know, it's like it snuck up on you, and now you're scrambling, and then you're reacting rather than leading. And what I find is when we go into reaction mode, now we start going, "Oh, if I should have done this, I could have done that. If I would have done this," and now we're dealing with the head trash of beating ourselves up as a leader because we chose to wait until later. Remember, preparation isn't extra work. It is the work that makes the real work easier. What process, system, or conversation could you refine right now while the stakes are lower? I want to challenge you. Identify one area this week where you can lean in now instead of waiting, where you can choose long term success of early investment over short term ease of waiting. Highly regarded leaders know they can't just show up in the big moments without preparation in the quiet ones. Listen, every day we get to choose work now or wait until later. Pick your path to ensure the outcome you desire. I'm Elizabeth Mahusai, executive business coach, corporate trainer, keynote speaker, and international best-selling author of Pick Your Path. And I'm encouraging you to choose wisely.